The mosquitoes have come out this morning pretty heavily, so I have a Thermacell hiker that sits on top of a butane bottle. Little devils are all over the place here. And smoke coming off of this now. See that or not? And it seems to, mosquitoes don't seem to like it, so apparently it works. Welcome back, friends, to the outpost here at Lantern 1 in the FLA. We're coming to you from the tree fort. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about preventing those little devils known as mosquitoes that are out only 6 months at a time down here in the FLA, but they are out twice a year, 6 months at a time. So there's always those little blood-sucking things running around. So I talk about a few things that I've done for full-time camping and for backpacking that can help keep those things away. Today there is quite a stiff breeze in the area, and this stuff generally doesn't work very well if there's a breeze. A lot of times if there is a strong breeze, the mosquitoes may or may not be out. Generally around here they're out at sunset till an hour or two afterwards, and then you can come back out again. And are dealing with some variable light conditions today, so hopefully everything will work out okay. A couple of the first things that I guarantee that work pretty well, actually, a mosquito, smoking like a mosquito coil or a mosquito stick. You get them, you light them, they smolder and they blow smoke. Now usually they work the best when there is no air movement, because you want the chemical that it burns to kind of be in the air around where you are, and that's what keeps them away. The other thing that works pretty well is Tiki torch fuel with the actual citronella in it. Citronella scented versus the content having citronella in it probably is going to be a little different. The actual cedar oil and citronella oil tend to work pretty well, and we just got a good gust and blew out my lamp here, so there we go. The other thing that I bought that I've used a few times, I haven't used it a bunch, would be the Thermacell. I do have a couple of the other older versions of this, but the one that I picked up, it's been a year or so ago, I've used it a couple times, is the Thermacell Backpacker. It comes in a pouch, takes the regular pads that come with the Thermacell. It screws on to any butane / propane butane mix cartridge. Goes on pretty easy, and there's an on switch. You turn it on. It's got a piezo or piezo. I can hear it right now. It's got an auto start, and it does. There's a little sight glass in here. There it is. I can barely see it, but there's a little screen in here, and you can look through there and see that the glow. It takes this thing about 10 or 15 minutes to get really warmed up. I do have some video of using it to keep some mosquitoes away from the adventure dog while we were camping on Pontoon Island, and it worked pretty well. There was a little bit of a breeze, but it did, when it was there, it worked pretty well at getting the mosquitoes out of the general area. This is, I think, is supposed to give you about a 10 or 15 foot circular zone of coverage. The other thing I've noticed that seems to be fairly effective is, especially with an RV, having your awning deployed and rolled out is going to give you a better coverage. That awning kind of creates a microclimate, just like the pith helmet microclimate. This is a little bit bigger here, and creates a little bit of a microclimate. And so if you're burning some tikis there, I've got some tikis around the front of my awning just outside of the edge, and then I have some sitting on the table, and they smoke. It's the stuff that's in the smoke the mosquitoes don't like. Now granted, they still get through. There's still a few running around, but they're not quite as thick as they are normally without it. So that's just a quick review of one of the items I like that I've been using. I've got a couple others here. We'll do a couple other videos on a stove and a lantern that work on these butane cartridges. But this is the little devils of mosquito prevention that work pretty well. We also have camphor trees down here, and if you burn camphor wood, they don't like the smell of that, so I've got some camphor wood that I've been burning. So Caribou Dave, another of my favorite things, mosquitoes, keep them away. Remember, do what you can where you are with whatever you have. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, and please subscribe. We're building our subscriber base. Caribou Dave, the adventure dog, out. Alright. I know. Stranger danger. There's dogs barking. Why are there dogs barking? I thought I put out a memo. We're making a video. There's dogs barking in the background. So maybe the adventure dog barking. She doesn't bark at me, I don't know why. When I do that, the flame jumps. It's kind of dangerous.